Oh God! Holy! Welcome back to Vintage Story, y'all. Last episode, we made our little farm here. We got our little farm going, and we have relocated our base of operations here. I got two pit kilns running, cooking up some storage vessels. However, I have now been informed that I may have been completely missing out on a better storage unit for my needs. Let's see here. We can make a reed chest. So I'm assuming that these have different use cases, right? Whereas the storage vessel may be better for storing and maybe not preserving, but storing food in a cellar somewhere to keep it for longer. And a reed chest is going to be a much easier way for me to just create basic storage. So I think first things first, I want to start collecting some reeds, and we have quite a bit here, and create some reed chests. So that way we can actually for once get some inventory sorted. Okay. So now we should have quite a few reeds. And we can take these guys and make us some reed chests. I think I'm going to start... okay, well... I guess 2 is what I'm going to start with, because I didn't collect enough there. But... hopefully now... put one there, one there. We'll make this a little storage area over here. And we'll try to keep things neat and tidy. But these... baskets or chests or whatever we're calling them, I think is going to be a lot more helpful for us to store things. And this is also going to be a lot more useful or a lot more helpful in our move over to the new base. So for now, I'm just going to empty out my inventory pretty much, not completely, but, well, I guess completely here. We're going to try, what have I done here? We're going to try to keep things semi-organized. We'll keep wood on this side. And we'll have one for sticks, grass, and rocks, and that kind of thing. We'll try to keep things a little bit tidy. For now, though, we are just going to drop pretty much everything in here. And I will put these guys down... put these guys down here as well, because we aren't going to need those. And we'll head over towards the old base and start transferring our stuff over. While I'm going back towards the old base, this is probably now a good time to discuss the poll I put up last episode. I had asked you guys what is preferable for my vintage story videos. If you guys prefer shorter or longer form content, because previously I'd been doing like 20-ish minute episodes, maybe 25 minutes, and last one was 48 minutes, something like that, and the majority of you have spoken, and it looks like longer videos are going to be the go-to, which pretty good for me too. I really do enjoy making them. Old Glory, there she is. We had some good times in this base, didn't we? Oh, I guess I forgot about these too. So let's pick these up. I'm going to leave those for now. Let's grab the stuff in our vessels first. Grab the copper's kind of important. And we will put this in our last inventory slot. So it's not really going to be a goodbye to this old base just yet. I did plant all of these berry bushes up here, and it looks like they're going to start to flower soon. Once they start flowering, I guess it's still going to take quite a while until the berries actually start to ripen. So we will be back at some point to harvest the fruits of our labor up here. And then hopefully we can figure out a way by then to maybe preserve them a little better for the upcoming winter months. But that being said, I'm going to finish up transporting the remaining items from that base to the new base. And once I'm finished, I'll be back with you. All right, well, I was going to make my way back for the second trip, but nighttime has fallen upon us, and rift activity is quite high tonight. So we are going to stay the night in. One thing I want to do is I'd like to craft a bed. And I know I looked into making a bed at one point, and there was some reason why I couldn't, something that I was missing. So we have a wooden bed, which we need hay bales and planks for. Planks I can't make yet because I don't have a saw. There is a hay bed, which is just 3 blocks of hay, and those are made using grass. So that actually we can make right now. I even have some grass right here. You see, I've kind of organized our baskets here into, I have one specific for logs. We have one for our like general material that we seem to go through a lot of. Grass, reeds, sticks, peat, which I'm going to need some more of, and clay. This one has kind of just turned into a, I'm just dumping whatever in there. Oh boy. And then we have our vessel right here, which I have our copper in and our stones. But before this guy starts peeking in here any further, let's craft ourselves a... What am I missing here? Let's see, bed. Hey, bed. We need... Oh, it's 2. I often forget. All right. We finally have got ourselves a bed. We could have done this the entire time. And also, it looks like our 2 storage vessels are done. Now, I may have gone overkill with the storage vessels, admittedly, because I did not realize how good of an option I had here. But I'm sure we'll find some use for them. So let's place down our bed, and finally we can sleep away the night. Well, I have woken up quite hungry today. Rift activity is low again except for these guys, so we are just going to break a hole in the side of the base again. And I know exactly where I can run out to find some berries. And we still got to run from these guys. All right. But let's head back to the old base once more, round up the last of our things, and then we'll actually get a move on with today's activities. Oh, God! Holy! Well, that was new. Got my onions, though. That's what's important. We step on this? Is this safe? I think it's safe. Holy, that was unexpected. I just wanted the onions. Whew. All right. Well, I'll try not to do that again. And that would explain the clouds. Okay, so now on the actual agenda today, I'm thinking, 1, we need to expand our farm. This is a really good start, but it is not going to suffice for the winter. Now, I've actually picked a pretty decent spot for it. I'd like to think so. In that, 1, I can expand it out this way a little bit more, and I can certainly expand it out this way a little bit more. But we also are right up against this lake, and we have some shallow water here, and we can just build it out into the water. So that's probably what we're going to end up doing. Secondly, we now have quite a bit of copper. Actually, even on my way back and forth between this base and the old base, I have accumulated quite a bit of copper. I've now got 45 nuggets. So we can go ahead and learn how to make a pickaxe today. We should also probably fire this hammer mold. But before we do any of that, let's put some of these skills I learned last episode to use and cook myself a meal, because I am getting a bit peckish here. So, one, we need our cooking pot. Let's pick that up, and we need our axe and some firewood. There. Grab ourselves some wood. Get this fire going again. Put our cooking pot in there. And now, we're going to learn our sorting system shortly. There we go. There's our fire starter. Now, while we're here, while we're making a fire, let us create another torch. So it's just 2 grass and a stick. And we'll do this just so that once we have our fire lit, we can stop using this fire starter. Because 1, it's just about dead. And 2, it's just dreadful to use. I mean, it takes so long fussing around with this fire starter. So we'll have a torch lit, and we'll just try to keep the torch lit, right? We'll use it to light new fires and use the fire to light new torches. And hopefully we can then carry it with us. The commenter had told me that if you have the torch on you, always stand too close every time. If you have the torch on you and you're holding it in your hand or your offhand, and you submerge yourself in water, you will extinguish the torch. So that's just something that I'm going to have to keep in mind. But now that that fire is lit, let us... forgot how to do this for a second. Put the torch in there and get that going. Now, I don't know that I have actually... I have quite a bit of food on me. I don't know that what I have is going to be sufficient enough to actually cook something of substance. So, I got these cattail roots. I don't know if they count as a vegetable, but we're going to try to make a vegetable stew with our cattail roots, our turnips, and our onions. I guess mushrooms would also work. We have some mushrooms. I don't have enough grain to make another porridge, and I thought I had more mushrooms for some reason, but that'll be okay. So now our torch is lit. Let's just, let's place that there for now, just so we have some lighting. And put that in there. Now let's try with our cattail roots. Let's see what we get out of this. If we can put that and that. Does that do anything for us? I don't think it does, but also I don't think we're doing this correctly. So oddly enough, and I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing wrong here, because these are certainly both categorized as vegetables. When I pull that out of here, it doesn't make a stew. But just those 2 will make 6 servings. Oh, probably because I don't have enough to actually make a full 6 servings. That makes sense. I don't have enough turnips to make 6 servings. Okay, I'm understanding now. So we'll make some wine cap stew with some onions and mushrooms. That sounds good enough for me. And then I have all these berries. Now the berries, they don't stay fresh for very long. So I think for now, I mean, at least compared to our vegetables, right? I mean, turnips and onions last almost a month. And we'll hold on to them. And we'll use this for food for now. Actually, let's see. I think this one's got the best rate, but we'll just put them in here for now. And we'll keep these on us, and if we find any grains, we can make them into porridge. If not, I'm sure we'll eat them within the next 2 days. Perfect. We can pull that out, place that on the ground, grab ourselves a bowl. And that actually did less than the porridge did. Wow. Probably because it's just vegetables. Well, it's better than nothing. We might end up eating all 6 servings right now. And we certainly did. All right, but let's get our farm going. So what I think I need first off is going to be the leftover soil that we have. I'm going to take the fences with us for now. Not going to need this axe. Put the stone away. And let's grab some of our seeds. So now we have more turnips. I'd like to try growing the grain. And we now have onion seeds. I almost died getting those, but we do now have onion seeds. And I said I didn't need the axe, but you know what? I got to take down a section of fence. So yes, I do need the axe. So we'll take out this section of fence here. And I'm thinking we're going to go 3. We'll go 3 deep because I think you need to be, it's 3 away from the water, if I'm not mistaken. This, however, oh no, this is grass. Okay, perfect. So this right here is going to be a little water source. And I guess this doesn't actually have to be a row of water. We can just have strategic, or maybe it does need to be rows, right? We'll keep it a row for now, and we'll figure it out later. Okay, so that's built out. Let's grab ourselves a hoe. There. Actually, this would be, if we could build out a little bit more, I have a feeling we're going to run out of soil here. I don't know that we actually need to go all the way down. But I'm going to anyway. Oh, except for there, apparently. Call that good for now. So okay, so we had carrots here and we had turnips here. Now I am fresh out of carrots, so these are all just gonna kind of blend into each other. So we'll do a couple onions and a couple more turnips. And these look to be good. I wanted to kind of keep the vegetables and the grains separated. So we will put the grains on this side, the vegetables on that side. We have a lot of spelt. We'll start with that one. And that's the end of our hoe. We have spelt here. And do we have 5? Oh, we have exactly 5. So we'll put our flax down there. Flax, I feel like, is something we're going to end up needing a lot of. And then I have rye. So even though I wanted to keep them separated, I guess we'll put some over here. Just so I don't have to craft another hoe at the moment. And we have one little slot here left empty. And I'm completely out of seeds. But okay, let's build out our fence a little more. I actually have 19 pieces of fence, so that comes in handy. The end of our fence. And I'll actually place another door on this side here, since I have one. So we can get in this side. And then I just need 2 more pieces of fence. Always coming up short, aren't I? Let's see if we can remember how to make a fence. And by see if we can remember, I mean look up the crafting recipe. Alright. Now our farm's really coming together. And hopefully as we explore the terrain a little bit, we can continue to find some wild vegetables and grains and expand the farm even further. I'd like to come out this way if possible. We have a lot of shallow water here that we can expand out to as needed. That's kind of crazy on the flax grain. Fresh for 4.1 years. Holy. Okay. That's interesting. And now that these are in the storage vessels, they're fresh for 58 days and 43 days. Okay. I see. If I put these in here, which are fresh for 2 days, they still say fresh for 2 days. Hold on. Yeah, still say fresh for 2 days. Okay. We're learning. All right, but since we have the copper now, then we'll just grab 20. Let's try and get ourselves a pickaxe. So we'll pick that up for now. Let me consult the handbook. All right, it doesn't appear to be very difficult. So let's get our fire pit rolling again. And we're gonna need our tongs. We're putting the tongs in the offhand. Let's get some firewood to get started. Oh, actually, no, the fire pit's good. We don't need to put any firewood in there. What we need is our charcoal. So we're going to grab charcoal. We're going to put this back down on the ground. And we need one of our crucibles. Oh, look at that. And we have the tongs out. Okay, very cool. So we can put the crucible in the fire pit. And we have 4 slots that we can then put our copper into. So this will create 100 units of copper, which I believe is what we need to make the pickaxe. And we can heat this with charcoal. And I'm going to put 1 charcoal in. And it's not lit. And we have our torch for that purpose. So we'll grab our torch. And we will light our fire. So this needs to hit 1084 degrees. It's pretty hot. We'll see if 1 piece of charcoal will be able to get us there. If not, I'll be here to throw some more in. Looks like we're going to need some more charcoal. We'll put 1 more in. We've reached our temperature, and it's changing colors. How cool is that? Come on. That's pretty freaking cool. Okay. And we're up to temp, and we are melting the copper nuggets. So once this is done, oh, and hopefully, I think even if we run out of fuel here, I think because it's up to temp, we should be fine just letting it go, right? Yes, okay, because I don't want to waste another piece of charcoal. And now we have a crucible with molten copper. So I think I should be able to pick this up, right? Because my tongs are in my offhand. I can grab this. Oh, look at how sick that is. Come on. And now we should be able to just shift and pour. Oh my god. And we've done it. So now this needs to cool. It's currently 1100 degrees. This needs to cool down to 200 degrees or below. And then I think we can handle it. And I believe all we got to do is just pop it on a stick and call it good. While we're waiting for that to cool down, we should fire off our hammer mold. So place that in there. And we need grass. We should have enough sticks. And I don't think we have enough peat. Where did I put the peat? We've got 3 peat. I don't think I'm going to be going outside anytime soon to get more peat, unfortunately. So it looks like firewood it is, which is going to take us longer, but it's not that big a deal. I'm not looking to make the hammer at this very moment. Okay, hopefully 12 is enough. Sure is. And we've got our torch. And we'll light her up. Place this back on the wall. And how are we looking here? 850 degrees. So she's cooling down. So I think what we'll do is we're going to wait for this to cool down. And we'll craft our pickaxe right now. We'll craft our pickaxe after it's cooled down. And then we will hit the hay, quite literally. And get these guys out of our hair. All right. Our pickaxe head has cooled below 200 degrees, and we now have the ability to take our item. So let's pull that out, and here we have it, copper pickaxe head, that we should now be able to craft into a copper pickaxe. Finally, we've gotten to this point. This, I have been waiting to get a pickaxe, a metal pickaxe, since the beginning of this game. It is quite a higher level of entry to metal tools in this game than a lot of other games I've played. But finally, we're here, and this is a moment of celebration. This is a huge moment. What are we gonna do with our copper pickaxe immediately? Of course, we're gonna get more copper. I feel like that's what we have to do. I have all the locations marked around the map of where I found copper. We're immediately gonna go and grab more copper. But before doing any of that, we are actually going to sleep. Right, morning time is upon us. Let's grab a little snack. We are going to have to eat these berries because the freshness is falling fast. Let's put away some of the stuff we've gathered. Firewood can go in here. We can put our dry grass and our sticks into this chest here. This crucible can go onto the ground. I don't need these tongs in my offhand anymore. Fire starter can go in there. The axe we don't need to bring with us. Charcoal can go in there, and that pretty much clears up everything we need. I'm going to keep the knife on me. I think that's going to be helpful. And we'll keep the spear on us because that may be helpful as well. We're also going to grab this torch. So I may need it. We'll leave this spit kiln running. It looks like these guys have cleared out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head to the nearest point of copper that I found. Actually, you know what I will probably need is my shovel. So we're going to bring that. And it's looking a bit low. I'm not going to craft the tools now, but I'm going to bring our sticks with us. And I'm going to bring some flint with us in case we need to make a tool on the road. With that, we should have everything we need. Let's mark on our map. I guess we'll go... This one's probably the closest, but we'll kind of see if we can hit multiples, and we'll come down the road here. So let's take this guy and pin it so we can see it as we're heading towards it. And we're off on our venture to get more copper. Not only would I like to get more copper during this little mining expedition, but I would also love to grab some stone so we can stop living in a dirt hut. Not that I don't like the dirt hut, but I think it's time for us to have a bit of an upgrade. Okay. And I remember this spot well because I even marked it here, and we don't have to go very far to find this copper. All right. So we've got our copper bits here. So we have some medium chunks of copper. Now this is when I think we're going to need the hammer to break these apart, right? Crush with the hammer to extract the nuggets. Yes. I'm not sure if there's going to be any more below this. What I'm going to do for now is take this guy and just mark it with an X. And let me know down below in the comments if there is, if there's going to be more copper below that. I'd like to not waste the durability if I don't have to. So we have quite a bit around this area. So let's head to the next one. This is a very large storm that is not letting up. But we should be just about to the second location of our copper, and as it would turn out, I didn't entirely mark where this one was. Let us zoom in a little bit. I think we're pretty much right on it here. So let's do a little digging with our shovel. And there we have it. Some copper ore. Let's do a little more digging. See if we can't find some more. Oh man, quite a bit of copper. I'm not sure how much a vein yields. And it looks like this just gives us stone, so I don't actually know how to make stone blocks. Okay. So it looks like we just need clay and stone, and we could have been building out of stone this whole time. But now that we have a pickaxe, it should make the collection of stone a lot easier. Hey, there's the sunshine. That's what we like to see. All right. Somewhere around here we marked that we found copper. I feel like I remember it was right here. We are unfortunately about to break this shovel, though. There it is. Okay. Quickly make a new one. Alright, this one ended up being quite a bit more of a difficult find. You can see how much space I cleared out down here. I'm not quite sure about how the physics work in this game, but I've had one bit of land collapse in on me so far, and I'm a little nervous about digging out a hole like this, so I'd prefer to not stay in here for any longer than I have to. But not a bad haul from here at all. And it keeps going. Oh, and it keeps going. final one that I think we're going to go to today looks like I had it marked right about here. There it is. Some of these veins are quite big, man. Holy. This was a good haul. God, I feel like we're not going to have to worry about copper for at least a little bit. And I think that is all she wrote for this one. That one was an exceptionally good one. Let's head back to the base for now. All right, back. Let's take a second and go through everything that we have got on this trip. So we have 33, 36, 39, 44. 44 medium chunks of copper. That's incredible. Do we have enough room for all of it in here? Surely we do. We got quite a bit of stones. I'm going to see to it maybe next episode that we can replace some of this dirt with some cobblestone blocks. Also along the way, we found some spelt, actually quite a bit of spelt, so we are going to make some porridge out of these berries and spelt that we found. And some more turnips. So the turnips I'm going to store away for now, just because they store for quite a while. To be fair, the grain stores for quite a while too. I mean, that's insane how long that stores for. I do have some rot now. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But let's go out and plant these seeds that I've obtained. And actually, we don't have a lot of places anymore. We'll put down the turnips here, and we will work on at some point expanding this farm. But I think that's gonna just about do it for this episode. We did so much today. We finally have a pickaxe. We've expanded our farm, and we got a buttload more copper now. I think next episode we're going to have a couple priorities in place. We're going to expand the farm further now that we have a couple more seeds. We're going to finally make that hammer. And we are going to see what else we can do with the copper we found. But thank you so much for joining me on this adventure today. If you stayed this long, thank you again. Maybe hit me with a subscribe and a like. See what happens. All right, I'll see you next time.